Ang sarap, Beks. Parinig naman ako niyan.
Magandang morning to all our Beks out there na nagsisik na naman ng new social issue to listen for today's KudaSilog with your Beksilogs, Beks Regina.
And Beks Eris.
Okay, Eris, of course, before we start to our new episode and agenda for today, syempre kakamustahin muna kita. So sis, how's your morning so far?
Thank you for asking. Well, so far, good naman. But a while ago, na traffic lang ang kiss because I stumbled upon a rally along Katipunan where they point out the abuse of the government and our media. And napaisip ako, Bex, habang nasa biyahe si Akla, what is press freedom nga ba and how is the situation of our media freedom in this democratic country?
Oh, all right. So you mentioned na nga ang role of media in democracy. So today, why not talk about it, di ba? So here in KudaSilog podcast, guys, of course, hindi mawawala ang ka-breakfast kudas natin. Without further ado, here is our first chichibog ng kuda, a mass comm student from Far Eastern University. So as we mentioned kanina, the word media. So Miss Yancy, as a student, what is the use of media nga ba?
Okay, so first and foremost, I use it for communication and entertainment. But as a student, since we have a lot of research to do, then it is our responsibility to get information from reliable resources like CNN or Manila Times.
Okay, so Miss Yancy, with that said, what is the role of media naman in democracy?
Well, media serves as a pillar of democracy. It is our right to gain fair and genuine information, especially if it's about the government's action. And dyan na papasok yung media. That is their role. They bring out matters of social, political, or economic injustice that violates the rights of the people, then possibly mamomotivate ang mga Filipinos to think more about what is going on around them.
So, Kabeks, ang next naman na chichibog for today's KudaSilog about journalism. So, for us to understand the connection of journalism on media, what is the journalism's role in media?
So, the main purpose of journalism is to inform the public. So, in order for citizens to make the best decision for their lives, communities, societies, and governments, journalism must therefore give them the information that they need.
So, next question po for you is, how does journalism represent democracy?
So, a functioning democracy requires a society that is informed. So, because of this, journalism is crucial. It enables citizens to decide on policies that affect their lives with knowledge. So, the fourth state title given to journalism frequently expresses its significance in society. So, journalism frequently serves as a check on those in positions of authority. They investigate stories in media outlets, hold politicians, public servants, and also the business executive accountable.
Okay, Bex Eris. I like how Mr. Prince mentioned that journalism is a fourth estate. So thank you for that, Mr. Prince. So next na chichibog for today's KudaSilog is Kim Achu, a former ABS-CBN journalist, and she will be discussing about ABS-CBN shutdown.
Okay, thank you for that. I think we're all aware naman sa isang TV network na nag-shutdown due to some reasons. This is the ABS-CBN, also known as Kapamilya Network.
So Miss Kim, what are the reasons nga ba behind why ABS-CBN was shut down last 2020?
Okay, companies are required to acquire a franchise that is granted by Congress through legislation. ABS-CBN last franchise was approved for 25 years on March 30, 1995 and expired last 2020. Without the government's approval, ABS-CBN cannot air content. The company had tried to renew its franchise several times, but faced a lot of obstacles for them to continue operating. Among these was that Duterte himself was against the renewal. He blocked the franchise request, claiming that ABS-CBN didn't air the paid political ads of him for the 2016 elections. This was the first of many times Duterte threatened the ABS-CBN shutdown.
All right, thank you, Miss Kim Achu. Next na chichibog for the KudaSilog podcast is Patsky. So, how does the ABS-CBN shutdown affect the Filipino citizens?
Alright, so Reg, there are recent surveys that says that 3 million Filipinos in far-flung areas receive only ABS-CBN radios and TV signals, which resulted in many Filipinos not receiving any news information, affecting most especially the victims of typhoons.
Oh, okay. So are you saying po ba na mas may contribution yung ABS-CBN sa spread of information kesa sa mga other broadcast station?
Hindi naman. We are not saying that the other media organizations are not doing their jobs. They are in their utmost power. But in times of calamities, all hands must be used, and the government fails to see that. They fail to see the rich ABS-CBN have in the Philippines. Although the ABS-CBN made use of their digital platform, hindi naman lahat may privilege in regards to internet and the use of gadget.
So heavily affected talaga ang Filipino people dahil sa shutdown na nangyari. So beside from the public, what is the relation naman of ABS-CBN shutdown to the concept of democracy in our country?
So, according to Sionel Jose, a national artist for literature, he asserted that the shutdown of ABS-CBN by lessening their influence moves the nation closer to the realization of the revolution that their shutdown will be good for democracy because it will help put an end to the oligarchy's rule. Because the nation's oligarchs do not agree with the reporting and commentary, other news organizations and individual journalists have faced harassment, threats, coverage restrictions, criminal libel charges, and other legal actions. It should be clearly evident that these actions certainly do not promote democracy.
All right, thank you for that, Miss Dan. So, good morning talaga to all our guest speakers sa KudaSilog podcast.
Ano, Beb, busog na busog ka na ba sa mga nalaman natin na insights about the role of media in democracy?
Of course, busog na ang aking mind. So, this episode was a great booster to start our day, Beks.
Okay, I hope our KudaSilog listeners were full both sa ating mind and chan sa pakikinig on our daily KudaSilog episode, The Role of Media in Democracy. Once again, we are the Beksilogs
Beks Regina.
and Beks Eris.
And this is KudaSilog. See you on our next breakfast.